Video, we're going to go through some shocking crypto confessions of people who've dealt with the volatility of crypto, made some money, lost some money. We're going to look through some very honest stories. Now, I am on Twitter. If you want to check me out on Twitter, that's Economics Ethan at Econ. You can find me there. And we're going to check out this particular Twitter page called Coinfessions, which is the anonymous crypto confessions of different people who have invested in crypto and been part of the space for some time. So the first example we have here, this guy used to bully me at school and I secretly hate him. He asked me for some trading advice. I wanted him to lose money, so I told him to do the exact opposite of me and short support last week. He made 9k profit and I got liquidated. Now this is a kind of a funny story of trying to manipulate someone to make a bad investment or trading decision. But because crypto is so volatile, it's not like investing in stocks. It can be so volatile and unpredictable. And there's no regulation from like trading, market manipulation, insider dealing and things like that. So you should kind of be careful of what you think might happen in the prices of these coins, essentially, right? Apart from the major ones like Bitcoin and Ethereum, the rest of them have a lot of major volatility, even more so than Bitcoin and Ethereum and things like that, right? The more trusted coins. So it goes to show, if you try to, put bad energy on someone else, that karma could come right back around and result in you suffering from a disadvantage and them doing well. And generally, when it comes to crypto or anything, but specifically crypto, given crypto is so volatile, avoid giving any financial advice on this because you never know how it could be interpreted and people could make major losses following your advice. Now, the next example. My wife has a crypto Twitter account that I run. She knows nothing about crypto. And I make all the posts for her and get her to take the pics from time to time. Simps just send her ETH or Ethereum for no reason. We have just booked an African safari paid entirely by crypto people, right? So firstly, it's kind of funny, if your woman has any social media account or you have a social media account with pictures of a woman, it's going to generate some sort of money, right? Which again, gender equality, which is a common theme on my channel, it doesn't really exist. There's many biases in favor of women. He mentions that in this case he has just basically set up an account, post stuff about crypto, get her to take pictures and things like that, and then simp send her Ethereum. One thing you notice about crypto, there are a lot of guys who might be socially awkward or simps or nerds or whatever you want to call them. I don't really like to use those terms, but they essentially will just kind of maybe make some money on crypto because maybe they were early investors and then they blow that and waste that on money, or waste that money on women or just buying pointless things. So that's the reason why some of them are easy to exploit, even if they're smart from a technical perspective. They might not be as savvy and as skilled when it comes to dealing with social situations like women and things like that. Next example here, I was spot trading for 3 years and gained nearly 750,000 US dollars. I then lost everything in one lunar trade, literally one lunar trade with 2 times leverage, and all my savings to buy a house were gone in a single hour. So firstly, you should understand when you're investing in crypto, it is volatile. And when you're investing in crypto outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course, this is an investment advice, you're dealing with highly risky projects, right? No one's really proven some of these projects to work over the long term. Crypto is still relatively new, particularly outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Most of the other coins haven't done too well over the long term, right? And particularly Luna, which completely collapsed and went to zero, even though it had a super smart guy from South Korea backing it who knew all the technology and everything. It didn't really help the situation when, it basically got liquidated and they lost all their money, all the investors. And I lost a bit of money investing in this. Now, if you have a major gain in crypto or any other risky investment of like 750,000 US dollars, which is life-changing money to most people, you should definitely cash out. Definitely cash out the majority of it, or if not all of it, right? And make those life-changing decisions. The whole point of earning money in crypto, the whole point of making any type of money is, is to improve your life in the real world. There's no point having 750,000 US dollars in crypto and then what you're going to do with it, invest it again to make more money. You should, at that point, like I say, take out make that life-changing life choices, right? Maybe buy the house. In this case, this guy was trying to buy a house. And then also the other lesson from this guy is avoid leverage. You don't want to be, 2 times leverage isn't like borrowing 2 times the amount of money you have through, maybe it was through a crypto lending platform, a decentralized finance lending platform. So he basically lost a lot of money and he's not going to feel the real world benefit. Lots of people think they're rich because they see a number on a screen. Then this particularly applies to crypto because it is volatile and the value can go up and down, or even investment portfolios, they can go up and down in stocks and shares. So always see the link between, okay, this is the money I invested in, this is the real world impact it's having for my life and improving my life. If it's just money accumulating, that's fine as long as you can reap those benefits at some point, or it's giving you some level of financial stability to live life however you want. Now, another example, my portfolio is up like 300,000 US dollars this year so far. That's 7K a day. My girlfriend still complains that I don't have a real job while she works 12 hours a day for 3K a month. I'm never telling her. Now, many cases there are where men, there is a bit of a distinction between men and women when it comes to crypto. Women, typically, they tend to follow the establishment narrative. If the establishment news is saying crypto's rubbish, it's risky, it's money laundering, it's negative, they typically just parrot that. Women and boomers, liberals, whatever, they'll just parrot whatever establishment narratives are being pushed their way, even if they think they can think for themselves and they're better than the right wing or the men or conservatives. They don't have the same level of critical thinking skills to see through the propaganda a lot of the time. So that's why you do see this divide, and there's many other cases like this where a man's investing, his wife or girlfriend thinks it's a waste of time or just a stupid hobby. He makes significant amounts of money and then he keeps it to himself because she's kind of mocked him for a long time, and he sees it as an exit strategy from either the normal job or the normal life, the normal wife, things like that. And it's very important as a general rule, quiet money is the best money. To keep it quiet, it's very important that, you know, if you are making significant amounts of money, life-changing amounts of money, you keep it quiet from people you can't trust, including, you know, your wife or your girlfriend or other extended family members who might not be trustworthy, your co-workers, things like that. You never know how they can get jealous and sabotage against you. They might feel insecure about their own income. So obviously keep the money you earn, you know, private business. Even if you're making significant amounts, don't get overexcited and announce to everyone you made a significant amount of crypto. They're not going to respond well. They're just going to get jealous. You should just make quietly the small life adjustments you can make, right? So, you know, for example, if someone made 300K this year after paying their tax, maybe reinvesting some of that, the worthwhile consideration will be take out some of that, pay off their mortgage, or buy a rental property that they can rent out and earn passive income. Take some of that money and maybe plan for their life ahead if they want to retire early. However, that means maybe taking out some of that money from crypto and investing it in stocks and shares that are a bit more stable, government bonds, treasuries, things like that. So it's all about managing your portfolio on a kind of a risk appetite that matches what you want in life. I'm head of a strategy of a Web3 startup whose market cap is approximately 700 million. I have no strategies. Now, in this case, we have a very common thing in crypto. The space is growing quite rapidly. Many people want to be making a lot of money in crypto. They start all these projects, venture capital gets behind it, starts investing in it, private equity, things like that. Then you have all these job roles that are paying quite well, that are paying high paying finance salaries because they think, oh, this is financial innovation, we're going to pay high salaries. But there's not a lot going on, right? You might have a head of strategy, a head of marketing, you might have an entire risk management department. You have a lot of these made up jobs for like these small companies that could be here one day, gone the next, that run their company on Discord, that you know, have very limited infrastructure, many people working from home, not a lot going on. They're waiting for startup capital, things like that. And they want to pay high salaries because they want to attract high paying talent from the finance or tech industry. And they want to pay salaries that match that kind of level of, you know, a Google salary, a Goldman Sachs salary. But all of a sudden they're realizing that, you know, a lot of these jobs are kind of not real and they're not stable. So just bear that in mind. This is really a lesson for your career, right? Not just an investment lesson. And the lesson here is that, you know, if you want to be working for a particular company, and it's a crypto company, really think about, you know, how long has it been around? Is it actually making a lot of money? What's really going on here? So it's, as I say, look into the project, make sure there's a long-term viability to it. Don't just jump on it because you see some big names behind it and it seems like it's going to pay well. You never know. You could be making a significant amount of money as head of strategies, maybe 200, 300K salary. And then next thing you know, after 6 months or a year, they shut down the project and then you can't find a job. It's a recession and you can't get back into the industry you were initially a part of. And then lastly, we have a major lesson that you can learn from. I'm 28 and have fumbled 500,000 US dollars 3 times, not taking profits, and was drained and lost all my money. I haven't been able to recover and just trying to do it all over again. been taking more L's than ever, taking more losses than ever, but I'm sure I'll eventually get there. So the truth is, a lot of people do get carried away. They do think, they can make tons of money in crypto. They don't want to cash out their profits. They're always being a bit greedy. And one thing you should learn, that one of the basic rules of finance and investing is it's never bad to take profits. Whether you're making a 5% profit, a 10% profit, 300% profit. Anytime you can take a profit, you should, particularly when it's the amount of money that can change your life, right? If you can, 500K is significant to most people, right? If I was making, for example, just as an example, if I made 500K, I would consider taking out, depending on my situation, taking out maybe 300K and, paying the relevant tax and whatever, and think, how can I take that 300K and really change my life? Whether that's buying a rental property, buying some property overseas, investing it in my business, things like that. Really trying to multiply that amount, not just be like, oh, it'll sit in the crypto thing and that will be fine. As you can see here, it is quite risky because he lost it 3 times, which is losing 1.5 million, which is kind of significant amount of money. So it's worthwhile thinking these things through. I'm not here to give any financial advice. Nothing I said was financial advice, but it's all about looking through these type of instances and thinking, if you are invested in crypto, at what point are you willing to take a profit? When do you want to take a profit? And let us know in the comments section what your thoughts about that. I know lots of people talk about the market cycle and the next market boom in crypto being in 2025. That's when some people will pull profits and maybe buy rental properties and things like that to rent out and earn money. So there's a lot to it. There's a lot to consider. And that should always be on your mind, considering the honest experience of people who invested in crypto. Because you typically hear one or the other. People who've made a lot of money, people who lost a lot of money. But there's some people who make money and they don't make the best decisions to cash out. There's a link in the description if you want to speak with me directly. And thanks for listening. There are 2 recommended videos on your screen right now, and I'll see you next time.